Alright guys, back with another Rust tutorial. So last week or whenever it was, not so long ago, I showed you how you can install a Rust server nice and easy, quickly using this free Rust server tool. Now, problem is with this free Rust server tool, it has limited features. There's only so much you can do with it. If you want the paid version and it'll give you more features, you can go ahead and click on this purple text down here and it'll take you to the site where you can pay for that. But sticking with this free version, there's limited features that you can do. And one of the features that I wanted to do for me is to be able to adjust the times on the locked crates. I don't like the 15 minutes. I think that's far too long. And I want it quicker. And I used to, when I did this 2 years ago, in the start.bat file, there was a command that you could put in where you could change the time of these lock crates. Now that command doesn't seem to work on the start.bat file that you need to put it into for this tool. Using the old way 2 years ago, this command worked in the start.bat file. Now, I've not set up a Rust server recently using the old Steam CMD way to install the files and that, so I can't really comment on what the start.bat file looks like, if it's the same as what it was 2 years ago or if it's totally different. You can try that or not. I'll put the command in the description box for you to check. So if you have got a server using the old using the Steam CMD way to download all the files and update it and everything, you can try this command and you start that file, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, well then it doesn't really matter. There's a plugin for this which I'm about to show you now. So yeah, so for me, like I said, I really want to change the timers, and it was kind of annoying me that I couldn't do it with this tool, at least with the free version, and you have to pay for it. But we have actually got a plugin. So I literally just gone to UMod, the main site where you get your plugins from, and just searched for locked crate. That's all I did, and it was like the second one in the list. And it's this one here, as you can see in the what I'm on now in the background kind of thing. Now you just install it like you would any other plugins. You will, of course. So again, if you're only going to install this if you want to adjust the times, so you will going to need to be able to update when you change the settings, which I'll get to in a second. You're going to need to update the plugin so it knows you changed the settings. And again, I'll put a link. I will show you in this video, but I'll put a link as well in the video to how you can do that. But before we go ahead, we've got some permissions. Now, you don't really need to give these permissions to anyone, because you can, if it's for the server owner or for the person who's got access to the server files and who's got access to this this cmd.exe window, that's all you need. You don't really need any permissions. The permissions are good, so if you got an admin that doesn't have access to your files, you can give them like this permission and they can actually change the time. If you're an owner and you're, I don't know, say you're at work and you think, you know what, I want to change the time on these lock crates, I'm not happy with what it is, and you can message your admin who's got this permission and say, look, can you log in and can you change the time for the crates? And they can, as long as they got this permission, that in the console command they can change the time, and you got some like settings here for that, some commands you can do. So you can change that. Now I'm not going to go in and show you that. I'm not really messed with these permissions, so I don't know. But what I'm going to do is more for the server owner or for the person who's got access to the server files. I'm going to show you how you can adjust it, you know, server side of things, like not in-game side of things, in server files side of things. Right, anyway, so we've rambled on, so let's get to the actual bit that we need. So install this plugin that you would any other way. If you're not sure, link will be in the description how you can install plugins and how you can update them. Right, so but basically you would just download it, and then when you get downloaded, you just download the plugin file and put it into your plugin folder, which will be in your Oxide folder. So let's go to that. So I'm on my server files here. For me, so the plugin, let's just go to plugin. So my plugin is there, lockcratetimers.cs. So that's the plugin. But we actually want to adjust that plugin. And I've already adjusted it, but I'm going to show you it. So we're going to go to our config folder. And it will generate a file for it called lockcratetimer.json. We'll open that up. Now, the one that we're more important is this second line there. Hacking seconds, and then by default this will have 900, so that'll be your 15-minute default timer. We've changed it to 300, which is 300 seconds, which resorts into 5 minutes. That's what I like. But of course, change it to whatever you want, as long as it's in seconds. That's good. This check timer, I think by default it is true. Just leave it true. It checks the time on the thing. That's fine. So that's the only thing you really need to do, is change the time on this line there. Once you've changed that, save the file. And then what I like to do is close out the file after you saved it. Then if you go to your cmd.exe window, so this is like the window, this is like your console window for the server. It shows out when it's all booted up and everything. You would need to reload that plugin so it saves the change. Now you can do this two ways. So it's o.reload and that space and then the name of the plugin. So for me, I think, let me just double check what it's called. I'm not sure if it's called I think it's locked crate timer. Let's just try it. And it's locked, I think, with capital letters, locked crate timer. Yeah, there we go. So for me, you just do that and it reloads it. So you can see it's unloaded the plugin and it's just going to reload it back up with the new files that I would have changed in the config file for it. So that includes the new time. The second way of doing it is reloading all the plugins. So if you can't remember what it's called, or you think it's going to take you far too long to come in here, look for the name, right? You can just do o.reload space Alt Shift and then the little star symbol, and then what that will do is that will just reload all your entire plugins. The trouble with this method, what I find is, especially if you've got a lot of players in game, maybe someone's flying or whatever, is it will sort of, I want to say like, not freeze the server, but you might get a little bit of lag for like 1 or 2 seconds. You'll just get a small lag spike. All the plugins are just reloading back up. So you do need to be a bit careful, because I'm not sure what happens if anyone's flying, if it's going to just stop their controls. But it will, or at least when I've been doing it, I've experienced just a very small bit of server lag while everything's just reloading back up. So just be careful. If you reload the one plugin, it shouldn't really cause too much of an issue. It's just going to affect that one plugin. So if someone's flying, it shouldn't really affect them. So they're not going to crash, lose their helicopter or whatever. But yeah, that's simply just it. And then again, you just follow the same process. If you change it and you're not happy with the time and you want to change it to something else, go back into this JSON file, change it, save the file, close out the file, and then reload it in this cmd.exe window. And that's it. And of course, if someone's got the command, I think they can do this obviously in game with the commands that I showed you on the plugin website. But yeah, nice and easy. I just wanted to show you that if you were someone that is using the free server Rust tool, and really for free, this is really good. If you only got one server, it works well. But yeah, anyway, until next time, have fun and peace out.